Hi, this is David, and we just got back from locals, and this is a deck that actually talked. So,
Sir.
why don't we dive right into it and see what kind of shenanigans you pulled tonight?
Let's go ahead and get on with it, bro.
All right.
Alright, so we're going to start with the hand trap lineup. We're playing 2 Ogre. In all honesty, I don't have Ashes, so we're going to play Ogre. Ogre's decent. It's not the greatest this format, in my personal opinion, but it's okay, honestly.
That's fair.
Of course, we have the Gamma package, because we fear God. We fear getting ashed, belled, or any sort of interruption to us. And then, of course, we have 3 Crow.
Okay.
Crow, really solid this format against the Despia matchup. I didn't play against any of that today, but unfortunately, fortunately, I did get to resolve it a few times, especially against people that were trying to side block me, aka the man who is shooting this video.
Hey, had to put you in check.
Had to keep me in check. And of course, 3 Valor. Valor's just super solid this format. You know, overall, definitely have to say I definitely enjoy this hand trap more than almost anything. Yes, it's only reactive to your opponents making moves on your turn or their turn. Otherwise, you know, it's fine.
Have you ever thought about using Ghost Mourner?
I've thought about it, but in all honesty, I really don't know for sure. I think it's gonna be one of those things of I may have to test around with it.
Okay.
But we'll see. Now, next to the starting engine of what the actual deck is, we have 3 Rescue Cat, baby. You know we're playing.
Oh, wow, we got the 1 gold.
The 1 gold. I play mismatch rarities, and I have no shame. We're playing 3 Rescue Cat. We are playing Tri-Brigade, if you haven't figured that out already.
No, not at all.
Of course. This is the combo starter, though. This gets the whole deck moving. You play 2 Tanky. It's at 2 now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Konami.
It's not a total killer.
It's not. But it does help the consistency of the deck overall. We do have 3 Fractal. Fractal, of course, Foolish Burial is a monster. And then, of course, like every other, Tri-Brigade banishes to summon a link equal to the rating. And then, of course, 3 Nerval. Nerval's your next best card in the deck. It searches. Now, the interesting ratio that I have for the cats, you guys, is 2 Karas and 2 Kit.
Why would you not play 3 Kit?
The reason I don't like 3 Kit is because most of the time it's 3 Kit, 1 Karas, and I'm like, I don't like that because more than likely I'm always going to get hand trapped and I know my luck.
Yeah.
So I'm always going to play 2 Karas and 2 Kit because I feel like Karas is like more than often than not, I'll see one of them in my hand and still have another try in hand and be able to extend.
Now, Tri-Brigade, I'm not very familiar with it, but each one of them you can banish monsters out of the graveyard to link summon, right?
That is correct. You can do it to do a Beast Warrior, Beast, or a Winged Beast equal to the amount banished equals to the link rating. So if you banish 3, you summon a link 3, that's one of those tri-types.
Okay.
Yep. And that's it for the Tri-Brigade engine as far as the monsters go and everything like that. It's pretty standard. We like it pretty well. Of course, what's a deck without Garnets? And what is a deck without the Fusion Destiny package?
Oh, get out of here now.
We are playing DPE. This deck is not budget friendly that I have built so far. DPE is expensive, and so is many other things. Shoutouts to my boy Juan for lending me those Fusion Destinies, and shoutouts to my boy Christian for lending me those DPEs. I really appreciate that. Of course, DPE package, you play the 2 Fusion Destiny, the Dasher, and of course the Celestial for that draw too, because that's what we like.
Yeah, gotta get that free draw too.
Hey, it's pretty nice when it comes up clutch. For 1 card starter, we literally have a Foolish Burial. There were times where I didn't see a single tri-type in hand, and this card gets it going.
Okay.
You just send you send Kit, you send Nerval search. You can add the Fractal or the Karas. Most of the time, you're just going to add a Fractal because you already have like 2 tri-types engraved that you start getting your combo going. You don't want the Karas that early, though, because you don't have another tri-type in hand. So what's the point of extending at that point?
Yeah, I get you. And don't commit too much, so that way you got follow-up.
Yeah, you always got to play fairly conservatively, but not super conservative.
Not break my board or die.
The last one of single spell we're playing Called By because I feared God. Just like this old man right here.
You don't like Droll?
Droll does not hurt me as much as people do think it did. I did play in a Tulsa regional this last weekend. I did pretty well, but in all honesty, this came in clutch a lot today.
Okay.
We're playing one Revolt.
Wait, what?
You're only playing one because it is searchable by one of your extra deck monsters. I've thought about putting it up to 2, but I'm not playing Desires and I'm not a pussy. So we're playing the one Revolt. Happy Pride Month, everyone. Probably going to get canceled for that, but it's fine. 3D Berry.
Oh.
You have to play it this format. It's a staple. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Yeah, you got Albaz and Despias running around.
Despia is all over the place. This only came up maybe once today whenever I was playing against a pile deck. I called Synchro, and he brought out a Yazi, and I said on summon, activate Dimensional Barrier. It affected it from going off and resolving in that turn, so it actually let me be able to stand a chance longer than I had, and then I got to resolve Nerval and popped off.
Yeah.
3 imperms. Again, we don't rarity shame here. We are
Oh, you got the gold.
2 golds and an ultra. I can afford 1 expensive one. 3 imperm. It's staple. It's literally the best trap in this deck besides Dimensional Barrier. Of course, the best card that no one expects in my main deck is 3 Solemn
you got
Strikes.
some strikes.
Yes, sir. We play 3 Solemn Strikes. That is the counter trap, the best counter trap in this deck, and the only counter trap in this deck.
All right.
So many monster effect reliance in this day and age right now for Yu-Gi-Oh! In this format. A trap that I definitely would consider in the main deck will be Anti-Spell in the future. I'll definitely, because Despia is a pain, and it's a very hard matchup against me because they do have the grind game.
Yeah, miss the days where it's just set a monster, set 3, pass.
Exactly. I play Guru, pass. We're going to go ahead and get into the side deck real quick, and then we'll get to the extra.
Okay.
For the side deck, we have Pankratops. It's Pank. Like, guys, you don't understand. This card is literally Cyber Dragon, but better.
Yeah.
So we have Pank.
And it's removal.
We fear God and Flunder. So we're playing Godarla.
You kind of sound like that other guy.
You play 3. You have to play 3.
Yeah.
If you're going to play any sort of removal this format, as far as like monster removal, that's not a spell or a trap, you play a Kaiju, and I personally think that this Kaiju is the best one. Yes, Gamma-Seal is the weakest amongst all of the Kaijus, but Gamma-Seal also can't get over a Wind Barrier statue, so we fear Flunder.
Yeah.
1 change of heart in the side deck.
Oh, no.
We love it. Ready for another sack you one of? Harpy's Feather Duster. This never came up today. I never saw it, but at the same time, it's there because in theory it is good, and it's also just a really busted card.
Well, then the once in a while Eldritch matchup.
Yeah, of course. Once in a while, Eldritch. We play 2 Mystic Mine.
Oh, why?
Okay, so in all honesty, this is here just in case I do brick, because there is times where it does happen, but not whenever you're going first. It's primarily when you're going second, when you put in all your going second cards.
Yeah.
Mystic Mine just gets you there. What sucks is I am thinking about, like what sucks is when you draw into the mine and you can't out your own mine. So for future, I think I'm gonna play a 2-1-1 package with 2 Mystic Mine, 1 set rotation, and a field spell that nobody will use ever.
Yeah.
So now, of course, we got 3 Dark Ruler no more. I fear combo decks. I don't like them.
It's a good answer.
It's a good answer to them. We have 2 evenly matched. Dark Ruler plus evenly literally wins you so many games. And then to round off the side deck, we have 2 Solemn Judgments.
Nice.
I play Solemn Judgment in the side because I think it hits less this format than Strike does.
Yeah, spells, they are extensions, but only so far.
Very much so. We definitely enjoy the ratios that we have for those. Now on to the extra deck where the goo is. Of course, just like Dave showed you in the profile in the other video, Almirage.
Oh.
Except Almirage is more useful for me than it is him. My Almirage can be the reason my combos start. I will go Almirage with Nerval, or I will go Almirage with Kit and start getting my engine rolling. The only time you make Almirage and you use it with Kit is if you know you have another Tri-type in hand. That way you can Foolish a Nerval and get a Karas to hand.
Oh, okay.
If you don't have that, don't do it. It's literally just a waste. You just set 1 and pass at that point. That's all it is for the Link 1s. Now we have the Link 2s. This is the biggest package amongst the entire thing. We have the Ancient Warrior Link Double Dragon Lords.
Oh.
Send one on your side, bounce one on your opponent's field. Firefighting Darumidal, it's good in theory, but in all honesty, I'd replace this with the IP Masquerena because I'd rather have IP to be able to link off during my
Now,
opponent's turn.
what does Darumidal do?
So Darumidal gains a for each type, it does like for each tri-type, it gains 100 attack for each one that you control, including itself. It also has the effect to pop a spell trap on your side of the field and pop one on your opponent's side of the field as well. And then whenever it dies, I believe you recycle one back to it doesn't. Not when it dies. You have to kill a monster, but then it recycles back one that's banished in graveyard from your deck, from your graveyard or banished.
Okay.
So in theory, it's really good, but I'd rather play something else. Of course, I play the Dark Charmer. Dave plays the Wind Charmer, but I play the Dark. I just prefer Dark in this case because I'd rather take someone's DPE than their Baron. In Tulsa, I played the Wind Charmer and it didn't come up at all. Dark would have came up more often than that, especially after somebody belled my damn DPE. I wanted to take it. Of course, that's the end of like those generic ones. You have Bear Broom and 2 Fairjit. Okay. Now, anybody that knows Tri-Brigade knows what these do, but if you don't, this one searches Revolt and puts a card on the bottom of the deck. This one specials a card from hand and then also draws a card and places one on the bottom of the deck. So any Garnets that you draw into, boom, back on the bottom of the deck, and I don't have to ever see them again.
Can't you extend your plays with Bear Broom, if I remember right?
Yes, you can. He has an effect to pitch 2 and then summon one from Banished. That actually did come up once during Tulsa. It was actually really nice. It was pretty great. I made Rugal and then got the Bear Broom effect to get all the stuff. It was great. For your Link 3s, we're only playing 2. Doomeagle and Rugal. Rugal occasionally comes up as far as using the effect to revive during the opponent's turn, and then trigger Sure Egg if you already have Sure Egg on the field. And then Doomeagle, it's just good because it's a DD Crow, and DD Crow is already insane this format as it is.
Yeah, get rid of that nasty thing in the graveyard.
Yes, sir. We don't like it, but we're going to get rid of it. Tri-Brigade, 3 Sure Egg.
What?
3. You play 3. Since we don't have a lot of the other stuff that made Tri-Brigade good because it got hit on the ban list and everything like that, we had to play 3 Sure Egg. But it's also really good. If you end on double Dragon Lords plus this during your opponent's turn, and you already have like 6 cards banished, you can literally search any tri-type. It's actually insane.
Wow.
And of course, that non-targeting banish is just too nice.
And it's a 3K beat stick.
It is a 3K beat stick. Now presenting the access code. Thank you to Cody for letting me borrow this.
Oh no, you got the gold.
I do have the gold, but honestly, this thing put in work today against the matchup against Mr. Dave, the guy who's filming this video.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you, of course.
Secret looks
then
better.
And of course, to finish off the Link monsters, we have our first Ed Rising Rampage, Apollosa Bow of the Goddess. So pretty. We love this card.
You can see the sparkle.
Of course, Apollosa, everybody knows this. It negates and wins games. And of course, the final slot is the Destiny Hero, Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer.
Oh,
Card's
man.
insane, non-target pop, and honestly, it's such a great card.
Man, I bet you everybody's glad Verte got hit, because between that and Dragoon, that was toxic.
We're playing 3 Garnets. Surprisingly enough, I only see them maybe every once in a while. Every game 3, it seems like I will see at least 1 Garnet. Not the end of the world, though. The deck's fairly consistent overall. There will be some changes I'll probably make to it, just because anti-spell and everything like that. But, yeah, I mean, this deck was great. I got 2nd place at Locals. I mean, couldn't go wrong with it, to be honest.
Well, any changes you make to it?
Of course, I'm going to say you got to change the Darumidal to IP. And then I'm going to figure out a way to main anti-spells because I fear Despia and the Pile deck. The Pile deck literally relies on activating Rite of Aramesir to start off their plays.
Okay, any shout-outs?
Of of course, shout out to my boy Dave for being my first win at locals today.
Man, shove it.
No, shout out to Dave. We definitely worked on this deck and like theorized a bunch of stuff and everything. Shout out to Cody, Juan, for helping me deck test, as well as Bowie. And then of course, shout out to Konami for bringing back Tenki to 2. And yeah, that's really it, man.
All right, well, I will be signing off. See y'all later.